What's up, YouTube? Aaron! Hit him with the intro.
Alright, Team Plays Today's here. We got Obi here recording. We got me. We're here to show you guys a new deck profile.
What it is?
It is battleships, fleets.
Look at that cuteness, though.
Oh, she's so cute.
Wait.
My only complaint: the dungeon form of her. Why I see a superhero in and not a crew trooper? Answer me that.
Bushi Road.
And I got this Porco flag because, well, it gets pulled, it gets played.
It says let's go.
Let's go! So you know what you're talking about. Alright. Starting off, obviously we're playing 4 of the battleships.
Sad face on the foily doily.
Yes, it's kind of awkward playing 3 different rarities of this card, but it's not the point. This is basically my version of Kaiseria. Get to put up 2 crew troopers into a soul guard, station. For those who don't know, it's the same as ride and transform. During each player's turn, pay or engage, call a crew trooper from its soul onto the field. Create some pretty good combos with it. It's a really decent card. The 5k defense, I kind of complain about.
Let's get this ugly card out of here.
It's a cloud out here. Get the
Oh. This is what it actually looks like.
Alright. On to Dice Series, we're playing 2. Not 2, 3.
The hell is it?
Its name is Piercing Specialist Chassis. I'm going to butcher its name, Strega.
Strega.
Pay 2 gauge, put a crew trooper from field into its soul. It's pay 1 gauge, actually. Teehee. While he's on the field, your size 1s become size 0s. When he is destroyed, you get to call a crew trooper from its soul, which is really nice. And then he has move and penetrate. They could have made these guys just a little bit better by saying whenever they leave the field and not when they're just destroyed, you can call one from their soul. I feel like that would have helped the deck out a lot more. But this guy usually go for like defensive plays, even though he has 3 crit and penetrate. He's an 8, 3, 5. It's pretty good stats. So, next one we're playing 2 of Veronica. This is your offensive one because this one has a double attack.
Code Veronica.
This one is pay 2 gauge, put a crew trooper from field into its soul. When it enters the field, you can add a crew trooper from drop zone to hand. When it's destroyed, you can call a crew trooper from its soul, just like the other one. And then this one's double attack. So whenever you're going for your offensive plays, just go into this one.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Those are the only size 3s to play. On to the size 2s. We're playing Swift Mobile Frame. Playing 3 of these babies. I tried this guy at 2. I didn't see it enough, so I bumped up to 3. Whenever he enters the field, other than from the hand, pop opponent's monster at 5,000 or greater power. It's a great counterplay during your opponent's turn, and he has decent stats. Love this guy. You can even play him at 2, but 3 is the number for me. He's the only size 2 I play.
It's not gay in a 3-way.
Oh.
Wait.
Then we're playing 3 copies of Cloaking Frame.
Oh.
When he enters the field from anything, even from the hand, if you're stationed, you gauge the top card of your deck. He's part of your Gauge Excel for this deck. Some people play 4, some people play 2. I like the 3.
3's for me.
3's for me. He doesn't clog or anything. He's just a nice enter field, gain a gauge type of card. And he has 2 crits, so. Then we're playing 3 copies of the promo Combat Lightweight Frame. I know some people are having a hard time finding these guys. When he enters the field from anything, you can call a crew trooper from your item's soul. So, if you have this in your battleship soul, you can use your battleship skill, pay or engage, call this out, and then his skill will activate, and you can call out something else, so you get 2 monsters out. You can do that offensively or defensively, however you want to do it.
Busted.
Such a good card.
Looks like 3 is just for you. The deck's name
You're
is 3
not-
for me.
You're not wrong. I think this card pretty much has to be played in the deck at the moment. Doesn't matter how many copies you got, throw him in there. Although, don't do 4. 4 kind of clogs. On to my size zeros, we're playing... I'm only playing 2 recall frames. He was at 4, but...
He didn't make it to 3.
He didn't make it to 3.
He skipped 3, went straight to 2.
When he enters the field from anywhere, you add a crew trooper from drops in the hand. So you can replenish your hand, get back your guys. And then we're playing 2 probe frames. When he enters the field, anywhere except the hand, you get to draw a card. Free draw power. I wasn't running this guy at first, but then you kind of end up having low hand. So this guy you can play anywhere from 2 to 4. Right now I'm just testing him out at 2. So then my last size 0, I'm playing 1 work pod. Enters the field, you give your item penetrate for the turn. And then if he enters the field from the soul, your item also gains crit +1. So you can have your battleship swinging for 4 crit penetrate or 3 crit penetrate. Just get the extra pressure in there. They kind of had to come out with this card because they didn't make your battleship a brave machine. So they missed out on all the brave machine support. And then they gave you station instead of rides. You missed out on all the ride support. So this deck's kind of limited. Next, I'm playing 2 impact monsters.
It's the Jack.
The Jackknife Kaisarian. Why? Because Jackknife Kaisarian is a broken card. He's not broken, but he's really freaking good. Plays on top of a brave machine. Your crew troopers are all brave machines. You then get to stand your item. It can swing with it during final phase, and it gains a crit. So it's pretty nasty. Onto the spells. We're only playing 2 hyper energies. Because really, because of the size 1 guy that gives you a gauge, and then one of your other spells that I'll get to in a second, you don't have to run max hyper energies. You can run 2 or 3 and the deck runs really well with it. Next, I'm playing only 3 Call Super Machines. You can run 4. I feel like 4 was just a little bit cloggy in this deck because you have other ways to get out your crew trooper monsters. And you can't get your battleship with this. But you can switch out to Jackknife, which I've done plenty of times for game. This is pretty hard.
Really? Next. It's just a battleship?
It's just a battleship.
Oh my god.
They could have done so much with this deck. Next is a card I'm trying out at the moment. I've waited for this moment. I just realized this. Okay. You have no monsters on your field. You pay 1 gauge, pay 1 life, counter destroy a monster on your opponent's field. At the end of your turn, you can put as many crew troopers from your field into your battleship stall as you want. So you end up with no monsters on field. I feel like if you're not wanting to play this card, then you should swap it out for Stop Right There that rests a monster instead. Haven't decided if I want to switch it out yet, but just trying this card out instead for like more defensive options since the other monsters on the field might as well try and like do something. Next we're playing 3 Brave Machine Hangars, not playing 4 kind of clogs. This is pretty much the only deck that I think has to run Brave Machine Hangar. Just because getting the crew troopers into your soul is really important. And then if the top 3 cards of your deck aren't crew troopers, then you can put up to 0, just gauge 3. So this can either get you a card in soul and 2 gauge, or this can get you 3 gauge.
It's almost a hyper energy for free.
Pretty much.
Well, I mean, it's the same as hyper energy, just 1 less gauge.
Yeah. It's pretty good though. Right. And then we're playing for 100,000 years too early because we are Hero World with defense.
This card is just good.
This card
couldn't be like it could be better, but it is so good as is. Like nullify the attack plus give a guy 1,000.
Like
this card's good.
It's good. Now if the battleship was a base 6K, this card would be way too good.
Yeah. What is it, a base 5?
Yeah, it's 5K. Next, I feel like some people kind of underwhelmed this card. I'm playing 4 suppressive barrage. You only cast it if you're stationed. Choose a card on your opponent's field. For the rest of the turn, gets minus 4,000 power and defense. I'm kind of playing it over more attack nulls for things that have double or triple attack. Now, the only thing this kind of won't stop is bots, because bots kind of has that magic number with the 7K, and then the 9K, and then it becoming a 13K. It keeps having like the magic number, but it's whatever. But this is pretty much like for anything else, so.
Justice reigns from above.
That's right. Next, we are playing all crew patterns on battleships, or whatever it's called. This is your searcher for your battleship. This is the only way at the moment that we can search out our battleship.
Until it gets errated and it becomes a brave machine.
And if we get right instead of station.
And that won't happen.
You know what? Make it a brave machine, I'll be happy. But its other ability is I can call up to 3 crew troopers from its soul to different areas. I wish that ability was counter instead, because it would make it a lot more useful. So that way I could like try and be aggressive more, but they didn't make a counter. They should have made a counter. But you gotta play 4. You gotta find your battleship. You don't have your battleship, you can't play the game.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. And then last but not least, we're playing 4. Be careful of your surroundings. You only cast this if you're stationed. Put up to 1 crew trooper from drop zone into the soul of your battle station. Gauge 1 draw card. You can play this without having crew troopers in your drop zone, just so you can gauge and draw. And it's not once per turn. So, just plus. Yeah.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Alright, send them home, boy.
Alright, so that was my current battleship deck profile. Still a little bit in testing, but we'll see where this goes. We'll probably have a couple more videos for you guys while we are here in Atlanta, Georgia for this regionals. You boys are topping.
We might even get Papa Deaver in on a video.
Get Papa Deaver in on a video.
He might do a deck profile. We got deck profile.
He's already called 3rd place. We're looking for it. He's getting that trophy. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We'll catch y'all later.
Deuce.